Hi everybody and welcome. This is Chuck Boulais and that's me in the picture in the center of your screen right there. Today I'm doing a video review on an upcoming product called I Am Stock Exchange by Richard Newton, and I'm going to be speaking kind of quickly here because I have a lot to say about I Am Stock Exchange, and this video may already go a little longer than I want, so please bear with me because there's a lot of good information in here and I really want to make sure I get it all out to you. Now, before we go any further, I do want you to know I'm not trying to sell you I Am Stock Exchange by Richard Newton, and I have no affiliation with the company or the product, so you will not find an advertising link to I Am Stock Exchange down below in my YouTube video description, and you can put your wallet away right now. For any of you who've never seen one of my videos before, I'd like to tell you a little bit about me. As I said, my name is Chuck Boulais, and I've been in the marketing business for well over 20 years. And when I left that career, I did so to start my own business on the greatest landscape the world has ever known as far as entrepreneurship is concerned, the World Wide Web. I think the internet is the greatest place for somebody to start a business today, but when I did that, I banged my head against the wall for well over a year, just trying to figure out the basics of online marketing, how to make money online, and where me and my personal talents and skill set just might be a good fit. Now, during that time, I spent literally tens of thousands of my own dollars from my own savings account and retirement accounts just trying to break into making money online. I ended up buying almost every kind of internet program, one-on-one coaching plan, and different online product launch that you can possibly imagine. Each and every one of those products told me that I'd make thousands of dollars a month, and most of those products and programs almost always promised that I'd do so with very little effort on my part, maybe even with only one or two clicks of the computer mouse, or maybe even totally on autopilot. So I want you to know that I'm not an online guru. I'm not a member of any inner circle. I'm just a normal everyday guy who's made some good decisions in his life, but in all honesty, I've got my share of bad ones too. But after some bumps and bruises, my online business has finally taken off, and I've been having some really great results. Now, let me tell you that most of that success has come since I made a conscious decision to help people online as much as I can, and since I started doing these videos. And once I decided that even if I can keep one person a day from making just one of the same mistakes I made, I think it will all be worth it. Success will be mine, and that's because I truly believe that success comes to those who help others and who love what they do. Now, during all of that unbelievably long and expensive, painfully expensive personal research that I had to do, the most important thing I found out is that when you're looking into buying any type of product or program that's being offered for sale online to you, it's a business decision. So you're going to want to utilize your business wisdom and your business acumen, or else you're going to end up just being another victim, and you're going to lose a lot of valuable time and money, and I don't think any of us can afford to waste one single bit of either one of those valuable resources. Now, if you can remember to utilize that business wisdom and business acumen of yours at all times, and always keep in mind that just about 90% of program launches online are either really bad fits for people in their particular skill sets and talents, or they underdeliver on their promises, or are just repackaged old products, or maybe some of them are even just out and out scams. You can save yourself a lot of time, money, and energy. Now, I'm not saying that I Am Stock Exchange by Richard Newton is a scam or a bad fit for anyone. Not at all. I just want you to know a little bit about what you're getting into right up front so you can make an informed decision and you don't end up throwing your money at yet another product that leads you down a long, dark road that just doesn't work out for you, and you find yourself at yet another dead end, all that much more broke, and losing all of that precious time. So, what is I Am Stock Exchange? Well, I Am Stock Exchange is billing itself as the world's first internet marketing stock exchange. Basically, what you're going to do is invest in upcoming product launches by buying shares in those product launches and investing your money that way, as opposed to investing it, say, in the traditional Wall Street Stock Exchange. The business model for I Am Stock Exchange is based on the Wall Street Stock Exchange format. As I'm sure you're well aware, the market for online internet products is huge, and Richard Newton points this out in his product introductory video. The market for IM products is global, and hundreds of thousands of dollars are spent by people like you and me every month on different products covering different niches, from forex trading to how to make money writing ebooks for the Amazon Kindle to self-help to all around how to make money online courses. What Richard Newton wants to convince you to do is to wager, or bet if you will, on these product launches launches, give him money to do so, and in the process, make a return on your investment based upon how well or how poorly each internet product launch performs. Plain and simple, it's my advice to steer clear of this one, at least at first. It's my belief that the research required in order to invest in these different product launches is going to take a lot of your time. And secondly, I don't think the return on your investment will in any way justify the work you have to do or the money you have to spend to get involved with this product when you take into account the investment tracking and analysis and the research you're going to have to do. I think the potential income here is going to be measured more in pennies and not dollars. So if you're really looking for something to make money online, I don't think this is going to make you very rich. That being said, I think this is an intriguing idea, and I may keep my eye on it as a slightly more lucrative alternative to my Xbox gaming. But again, and at least in the beginning, I think this is going to be very risky, and the return on your investment is going to be very, very minimal. I'm certainly not going to spend any money to join. Now, look, I have a lot of respect for Richard Newton. He's a master marketer and an accomplished software developer, and I'm sure IM Stock Exchange is very clever and works very well for what it is. But there are hundreds of new and different products that come out every year. Did you know that there are as many as 3 or 4 new product launches a day, all vying for your money and telling you why theirs is the greatest thing since sliced bread? But honestly, it always comes down to the same thing every single time, every single product launch. I want you to be on the lookout for some things that may happen and that you'll need to really prepare yourself for when you go to buy IM Stock Exchange. First off, the initial offer made to you to buy IM Stock Exchange may be arguably a pretty reasonable number, but once you've made that bold and actually pretty admirable decision to invest in this business opportunity, and you get your credit card out and warmed up, and you fill in your credit card information and press that Buy Now button, if you're immediately shown an additional offer, back away and ask for a refund. And by the way, these additional offers, they're called upsells. Many products have more than one upsell, so you may even be shown another upgrade, one-time offer, or additional product, and maybe even another after that, until the total cost for IM Stock Exchange is more than it was originally advertised. Hundreds more. I'm not saying this will definitely happen to you, but it's something you should be aware of that happens and that we need to be prepared for as potential buyers in every single one of these new product launches. And the truth is, you really do have to buy these additional upsells in order for IM Stock Exchange to work as well as it's originally advertised. These additional offers, these upsells, are there because developers don't think you'll buy their product right up front if they tell you the full price right away, no matter how good the product is or how confident they are in it. They know that they've got you ready to buy their product almost sight unseen. You really want help to make money from home online, and that you want it badly enough that you're actually willing to pay for it. So they don't tell you the actual price of the product right away. They lure you in with a lower initial offering price, and then once you've got your credit card out and warmed up and they've got you in that psychological buying mode, they come back at you over and over until by the end of the whole thing, your head's kind of spinning, you have no idea all that you just bought, and you're not sure why you didn't get it all from the outset anyway. All you know is you've got this terrible feeling in the pit of your stomach. You've just spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars that you probably don't have, and you have a learning curve staring you back in the face that just seems insurmountable. Now I want to tell you about one other thing you need to always be aware of, a secret technique that you should always try whenever you evaluate any product being offered for sale online. I don't think IM Stock Exchange has what they call downsells, but you should check anyway. If you click off that initial offer, the very first one you're presented with, go ahead and try to click off that initial offer page, and you may be immediately offered a lower price for that same product, a much lower price. Do it again, and you may be offered an even lower price. Now, this is called a downsell, and here's another little secret for you. Each and every one of those upsells that you're going to be presented with later on, after you click on the initial offer, if you click off those upsells, you initially refuse them, you just might be presented with a downsell for that additional product, that one-time offer at a much lower cost. And these lower costs are actually the real costs of products like IM Stock Exchange. Now, like I said, I'm 99% sure IM Stock Exchange doesn't employ any downsells, but I did want to mention the practice here for those of you who weren't aware of how prevalent downselling is in the online product launch arena. About 50% of the product launches I review, regardless of the niche or type of product, employs the practice of downselling. And by the way, if you've ever seen one of my videos before, you've heard me talk about this practice, this technique of downselling, reducing the product price if you start to walk away. I really don't like this, and it's something we all have to be prepared for on every single one of these new product launches. Something we always always have to be looking out for. I think it's misleading and unfair, and I really wish product developers would just tell you the price of the product up front, and everybody in the industry does it, so don't blame Richard Newton if he does it here. Like I said, I don't think he does, but regardless, he didn't invent it. This practice of downselling is a very old sales technique that's been around forever, and it's something that's been proven to psychologically make it easier to get you to spend your money over and over and over. It kind of makes me feel very bad for the person who doesn't know just how common a practice downselling is and hasn't been able to prepare themselves against it. Just think of all the money they waste just because they aren't aware of how often developers use the practice of downselling. Now, IM Stock Exchange does not look like it's going to be a super big launch. I've seen the numbers of advertisers looking into promoting IM Stock Exchange, and it's not overly impressive. But I'm sure the profit margin still will be sweet for the developer, and he expects to make a significant amount of money by its release. A lot of money. So be prepared. You're going to be inundated with a lot of emails, advertisements, flashing ads, positive must-buy reviews, and a lot of other advertising is going to be coming at you from all different directions. So there'll probably be some pressure coming your way trying to get you to buy this product. Finally, in all good conscience, and these guys are going to hate me for saying this, but I do feel I have to tell you that I've actually purchased or reviewed all kinds of products before, and I've even hired a one-on-one coach for over $10,000, and neither did me as much good as what I'm doing today for free. In any event, there are so many better ways to make money online and from home, maybe even in your part-time. Like I said before, I've really started to have a lot of success on the internet recently, and that success has come only since I made a conscious decision to try and help people, and since I started doing these videos. If you're new to internet marketing, or you've even been here for a while, and you haven't made a whole lot of money or seen a lot of success, I want to share something with you that's really been working gangbusters for me. In fact, no one is more surprised than I am at how well this has been working. After wandering around and buying just about every program and product that was being offered for sale out there, like IM Stock Exchange, I finally found one that worked and finally allowed me to say enough to forking out cash to any more of these online product launches, these emails about the latest, greatest tricks or automations of the week, or any of those easy, make money easy, fast, and easy schemes. Thank heaven. I finally found a program called Instant Payday Network. Now don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to give me any money. That's a promise. So don't go away. Please put your money away. You don't need it. And surprise, surprise, I don't want it. What I'm going to tell you about is 100% free. And right about now you're probably saying, come on Chuck, you're just trying to sell me into your program just like all the other guys, man. And I'm going to tell you that no, I'm not selling you anything. I am trying to tell you about this phenomenal opportunity, but I'm not selling you anything. Because what I want to tell you about costs $0.00. Instant Payday Network is free. Unlike the other programs out there like IM Stock Exchange, this program is free. It's not $27, it's not $47, it's not $197, it's not even $1. So I'm not selling you anything. Now, what happens with Instant Payday is very simple. You get compensated $58 whenever anyone comes into Instant Payday and completes the free program. Now, the system was created by a guy by the name of Jeff Buchanan, and you can see his picture right there. He's an ordinary guy. He's very soft-spoken. I've met him, and yes, he is my friend, and he's a really good guy, and he's very, very smart. Jeff's system, the way he set it up, he actually has no buy-in fees or upfront costs whatsoever. There's zero website fees, zero maintenance fees, and there are no hidden fees later on. There are no upsells after you get in. Once you're in, it's still free. You don't need to learn how to set up a website, how to blog, how to do SEO. You certainly don't need to gamble and invest on an upcoming product launch. You don't need to know how to do any of that stuff, folks. It's really that simple. Now, I do want to put your mind at rest about a few things. Instant Payday is not an MLM. So those of you that have been burned by the multi-level marketing business model, rest easy that Instant Payday is not an MLM. You don't have to bug your friends and family like you would, say, with Amway or Avon or all those other companies that we're also inundated and pressured to sell for. There's no cold calling. You never have to pick up a telephone and call some unsuspecting stranger that you've never met off a list that maybe you had to buy, and you certainly don't ever have to go out and see anyone. And there's no product or inventory to ship. So, what do we get with the Instant Payday Network, folks? Well, we get a free, complete, turnkey marketing system. And that marketing system includes our choice of not one, but 3 complete free capture pages. And each one of those capture pages has a tested 35 to 50% conversion rate, with no website hosting fees either. We get a free automated sales funnel so that all of your referrals and all of your leads are funneled directly to you. No one else gets them, no one else sees them. We get a free email autoresponder, and we get all of the free training we need to start making money right now. And oh yeah, did I mention that it's 100% free to get started? Now, I do want to go back and talk a minute about this capture page, the one with the tested 35 to 50% conversion rate. If you had to purchase this tested capture page somewhere else, it's going to cost you $25 to $30 a month just in website hosting fees. And if you wanted to have one designed, built, and tested for you so that it was as effective as the one Jeff gives us for free, that'd be about $200 a year. The email autoresponder, if you had to purchase that on your own, that by itself would cost you at least $30 a month if you went with a company like Aweber or Constant Contact or any one of the hundreds of companies out there that you'd have to spend all that time researching in order to evaluate which one is best for you. Not to mention how long it would take you to learn to set it up and make it run as effectively and efficiently as this one. But Jeff has already done all that, and he provides it to us for free. He's written all of the product introductory emails, all of the follow-up marketing emails, and he's put them in that autoresponder so that they're all sent out automatically at the appropriate intervals. You don't even have to write an email with the Instant Payday system. Jeff does tons of video, audio, and written training here himself, and that training is excellent. It's second to none. He'll take you from the ground up and teach you the basics to the advanced techniques of online marketing and the best and fastest ways to capitalize with the system, and he's not going to charge a dime for any of that either. In addition, you get personal access to me. I'll help you with your training, and I'll support you personally, and that's because I really want to build a great team and help my people out. Once you sign up and qualify for the Instant Payday Network system, I give you my personal address and my phone number, so you're not just left out there twisting in the wind and having to fend totally for yourself. And I can assure you I'm not going to charge you anything, and I'm always available within just a few hours of your contacting me. Why am I always available? Because I love what I do. I love Instant Payday Network, and I'm grateful for what it's done for me. This is a free system that you can do at home, ladies and gentlemen. You can even do this in your part-time if you'd like. I personally know people making $10,000 to $20,000 a month with Instant Payday Network. Now remember, the reason why Instant Payday Network stands alone from the other programs out there is because it costs nothing to join to get started. Zip, not a zilch. And you make $25 to $58 for each person that signs up for free offers. The other great thing about Instant Payday Network is that you're paid your money from multi-million-dollar corporations. This is all part of their huge advertising budgets that they've allocated and set money aside for just this kind of advertising, and that means you don't have to rely on the average product developer dude to put his hand into his pocket and give you money whenever he remembers or thinks about it. And this type of compensation system means that you get paid daily with the Instant Payday Network. I get paid every day with Instant Payday. So the question I guess I have for you at this point is, should you spend money for a product like IM Stock Exchange or any other online product for that matter when you could actually do Instant Payday for free? You know, sometimes making money is simple. I don't think we have to overanalyze this one too much. If you know of another program online that's free to get started, a program that has the potential to make you $10,000 to $20,000 a month, I would encourage you to go for it and embrace it, my friend. On the other hand, if you can't find a program like that online, you just found one. I encourage you, do not pull out your wallet and spend your money on yet another expensive program with untested, untried, or unsure promises. You have an opportunity right here to get started finally making some real money online. You can start making money within 24 to 48 hours, and all you have to do is click the link right below this video. Right below this video, there's a link on the left-hand side in the video description. You won't be disappointed. Go ahead and click one of the links there right below the video. As a matter of fact, I put 2 or 3 links down there right below the like symbol, the thumbs up symbol YouTube gives you. You want to look for the link that says DignityRestore.com, because that's what I want you to do. I want you to restore your dignity and start making money online the way you deserve. Get into and work the Instant Payday program. You won't regret it, I promise. So go ahead and click the link. Give yourself a break. Click on the link below and I'll see you on the other side.